You know, I'm going to make all those doubters at the end of the day, at the end of the fight, they all going to cry when they get home. You know, and I meant that. I meant that.
Listen, however they rate me, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we got to fight, and I'm going to win the fight. As simple as that.
For you.
I think I said this before people killed me. I said that this reminds me, and it could be like Pacquiao when he fought De La Hoya. So at the end of the day, looking forward off of the last fight with Canelo, I like Crawford every bit as much as I did before.
Terence Crawford has never shied away from a challenge, and as his highly anticipated clash with Canelo Alvarez approaches, he's issued a chilling warning that has the boxing world buzzing. Renowned for his ruthless precision and unwavering confidence, Crawford made his intentions unmistakably clear in a final message to Canelo. He's not entering the ring just for glory. He's coming to dismantle the legacy of the Mexican superstar.
Listen, however they rate me, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we got to fight, and I'm going to win the fight. As simple as that.
Can I ask you about if there's any rematch clause with this fight with Canelo?
No, it's not.
Is that something you push for?
No, I didn't.
And is any weight restrictions to the fight at all?
No, it's not.
A lot of fighters would like to put on a weight restriction to this type of fight. Why didn't you want to do that?
Because I want him at his best. I don't want no excuses. I don't want no, reasons why, he didn't feel good or anything. I want him at his best.
Many pundits argue that Canelo Alvarez holds a clear physical advantage over Terence Crawford, often portraying him as the naturally bigger and stronger fighter, especially given his history of moving up multiple weight classes. But Crawford remains unfazed. He points out that training with larger opponents has always been a staple of his preparation, regularly sparring with fighters ranging from light heavyweights to heavyweights. His team echoes this sentiment, highlighting that even when Crawford competed at lower weights, he rarely, if ever, trained with fighters his own size. This long-standing habit of going toe-to-toe with bigger men, Crawford insists, completely nullifies any supposed size disadvantage he might face against Canelo.
You know, I'm going to make all those doubters at the end of the day, at the end of the fight, they all going to cry when they get home. You know, and I meant that. I meant that. Everybody's talking about the size and, me being a smaller fighter. But if you look on the stage, I've been sparring these big dudes my whole career. Like, how I'm going to take a punch. They punch me every time we spar. So, it's okay. Once we get in the ring and they see something different, like each and every time, it's going to be another excuse why, the reason why Terence won and this and that and that is. But I can assure you, I'm going to be victorious. And after that, we're going to have another parade.
In a recent interview, Terence Crawford revealed that he personally took the initiative to reach out to Saudi power broker Turki Al-Sheikh in order to kickstart talks for the super fight with Canelo Alvarez. Al-Sheikh played a pivotal role in turning that vision into reality, orchestrating the high-stakes deal that will culminate in their September showdown. At no point did Crawford show any hesitation about moving up in weight. Instead, he embraced the challenge head-on, dismissing any concerns about Canelo's size advantage with unwavering confidence.
Going to Turki Al-Sheikh and letting him know that I was interested in fighting Canelo, and him and a lot of people at first, they was like, nah, he's too big, you need to focus on your weight class and things like that. But at the time, I'm like, well, there's no one at my weight class that's on that level of Canelo. Canelo comes from a smaller weight class. He's not a massive fighter, 6 foot tall. He's thick, but he's not giant. Picking Canelo was a thing that we look deeply into.
Terence Crawford has long emphasized that he never underestimates an opponent, no matter their name, reputation, or resume. For him, every fight demands total focus and 100% preparation. He refuses to be careless in the ring, applying the same intensity and discipline to every training camp. That mindset remains unchanged as he prepares to face Canelo Alvarez. Crawford treats each bout as the biggest of his career, maintaining razor-sharp focus and dedicating himself to meticulous preparation, physically, mentally, and strategically. It's this unwavering approach that defines one of boxing's most technically brilliant fighters.
At the end of the day, you know, when you look at Spence, that was my biggest challenge. When you look at Postal, that was my biggest challenge. When you look at Majimov, that was one of my big challenges because I was moving up in weight and, you know, given the circumstances that, you know, his background, amateur background and things like that, Gamboa was my biggest. They all big challenges in their own right.
Have you put on a lot of weight or muscle? Like, how is it in that department? Because I know a lot of people have said, like, hey, you're fighting a big guy, 168, who's used to fighting guys that are bigger than him. It might be smart to put on a little bit more, like, mass.
It comes natural with working out.
Yeah.
You know, like I said before, the only thing about this camp different than any other camp is I don't got to cut muscle. I don't got to, you know, watch what I do in strength condition. I can, you know, go fully all out, you know, and just do what I need to do to get stronger.
To you, how much is the Skull fight performance kind of like a thing you're keeping an eye on?
Well, you know, that's not a fight that I really, you know, look into because, you know, Canelo is a great fighter, and one bad performance don't define a fighter, you know, given the circumstances of his previous fights, and, you know, we looking forward to Canelo being the best Canelo that he can be. Skull might not have made him get to that point where he felt any danger or any significance where he had to go to that deeper level in training or take the fight as serious as he's taking this fight. So, you know, I don't know what was up with that fight.
Yeah, some said that, and let me know just your perspective on this. Some have said that you have to fight like Skull in order to win the fight. Like, do you feel that you have to fight that way to beat Canelo, or you're like, nah, like I could beat him in the mid-distance?
Just fight my fight, you know what I mean? A lot of people, they have their opinions. They have, you know, they what's going to happen.
Canelo Alvarez's reputation as a devastating counterpuncher makes him a constant threat in the ring. Even when his pace slows, his power demands respect, keeping opponents cautious and often on the defensive. His punishing body shots and surgical efficiency force many fighters into survival mode rather than attack. But Terence Crawford thrives in these scenarios. With elite footwork, seamless stance switching, and pinpoint timing, he methodically dismantles hesitant opponents. Using calculated setups and explosive combinations, Crawford turns caution into opportunity. As his trainer Brian McIntyre notes, a well-conditioned Crawford is built to take over late, precisely when Canelo's intensity begins to fade.
There's just guys that just have preposterous power, and Canelo is a guy that has power but is constantly working on it. There's a great clip of him working with Andy Ruiz. You know that shield, that weird hand shield they hold up for hooks? Yeah. And he's like, this is not for speed. This is just power. Just power. He's like, don't try to be fast with this, just power. And you see that, bro, he hits so hard.
I feel like Bud could beat him easy.
How though? What are your thoughts on Terence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez? Terence going up another 2 weight classes. Just got to 54. He's skipping 60, going straight to 68, talking about what's going on.
I feel like once he beat Canelo, that will be like one of the greatest resumes in boxing ever, just because of the fact that he's going up 2 divisions just to fight this guy, and this guy's bigger than him. And not only did you just crush Errol Spence, but you go out there and the way that he beats Canelo too. If he go out there and just dominate and make it an easy fight, honestly, I think that that's going to be like one of the best resumes I ever seen. But as far as the fight, I feel like Bud could beat him easy.
How though? Don't give me everything. Just how is it?
For me, it's a blueprint already. Floyd was a lot smaller than Canelo when he fought him. You keep Canelo on the outside. I ain't going to even say too much, but you keep him on the outside and make it easy.